we're live again. So, what do you think about colorism?
Colorism is very real. It is very real. To the extent where I understand why black women, specifically darker skinned black women, feel the way they feel. The idea that a lot of black men say, I want a black woman with her natural hair, not just, straightened and everything, but like they want a black woman with an afro or braids, dreads. They want natural black woman hair.
I don't get
A lot of
what the pickiness is about. If she's pretty, you get along.
it's racial
What?
pride. It's racial pride. Like tension, racial tension is high as fuck.
But how do
It's high as
you?
fuck right now.
I don't get how someone could look at a black woman like so. Okay, I get what you're saying. So you're saying when people look at people, they still feel some type of way based off their racial or ethnic characteristics or their culture or whatever.
Yes, yes, and especially, I'm not going to speak about the hood right now. I'm going to speak about a lot of the successful black men that I've been around. A lot of successful black people.
Right.
A lot of the successful black men have been saying that they want black women who love themselves with their natural hair. They don't want a black woman with weave
What does
or
that
with a
have to
wig.
do with loving yourself or not, though? The woman might just want to get another hairstyle. You know what I'm saying?
So the idea is the woman needs to be able to treat the kids right. That's the idea. Because a lot of successful black men want to have kids. But as you know, majority of the people who have kids in the black community are the street guys. The majority of the men. The street guys have kids. The successful black men are not normally the people with kids.
Right.
Because let's be honest, who are a lot of women attracted to? Are they attracted to the guy who's on his shit in school, the nerd who's trying to get his shit together, who's trying to make sure he's successful in the future and has a stable lifestyle? Or are they attracted to the thug guy, the guy who dresses with the really nice clothes, and nice shoes, nice pants and shirt?
Yeah.
Who are they attracted to?
Yeah, they're attracted to the gangster. I know that well. So when I was a kid, a bunch of females liked me, and they'd always be like, "Oh, can you get more gangster or whatever?" Uh, they would be really big on that.
Yeah. Yeah. So like the successful black men, there are guys, and I will tell you right now, there are black men who are married to women who are not black and wish they were married to a black woman.
Man, I feel like people just need to meet who they meet, and whoever they get along with, they need to scoop up. But I personally have only dated black women, and black women seem to be the only women who like me. So, but I'm not even tripping. Like it's not a big thing to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I never cared, bro. See, that's the thing. In the hood, how we're raised, because a lot of us are raised in single mother households. The love of a mother is what we experience.
Yeah.
And it's a love thing. We love who you love, just be happy. Your mother only wants you to be happy. She doesn't care who you date, what anything about that. Well, you can date a white girl, a Latina girl, Asian girl. Your mother just wants you to be happy.
Yeah.
She just wants you to be happy. That's in the black community. In other communities, now I've dated other races of women. I can tell you that their families would prefer them to be with their own race.
Um, I'm
That's
just
a real experience for me.
I'm just so flabbergasted that it's 2021 and people are still doing this stuff. Like and it's apparent. You're right. It's apparent. Basically, what happened to me at work is proof of this. I cannot believe it's 2021 and we have not gotten to a stage where people are just chill. Like, yeah, that dude's a different race. Come in. Let's talk about moving ahead. You know, improving the standard of living.
It's never gonna happen. Well, it will happen one day, but it'll be a long time from now. It'll be a long, like with me learning Spanish, my process of learning Spanish and learning the culture of Latin America. As bad as we talk about the racism we deal with here in the United States and everything that goes on, I can tell you, people I know can tell you, they'll say it in another language, but they will tell you that racism in Latin America is 1,000 times worse than what we deal with in the United States. We have a lot of privileges here. Black people we have limited resources, but we have resources in general. We still have resources. They have zero resources in the black community in Colombia. Zero.
That's what
Everything
scares
that
me
have,
is for
they
stuff
built on their own.
to be difficult over here. And then you look at different time periods or just different locations on the globe. For things to be worse, I can't even fathom. But if we're not on our, if we're not on our shit, this thing will topple to be just like those places.
Yeah. I watched the Joe Rogan podcast, and he described something. He described what's going on here in the United States right now.
And what he
He
said.
said, now I'm pretty sure he's talking about the dominant society here at this point. But the fall of every major power group, every society, always ends with people and their identity, gender identity specifically. Men trying to be women, women trying to be men. He said, this is the point when a country falls. This is the point when a nation falls.
I just want peace, man. Like, it's that simple. Like, people wonder why I never feel safe. It's like, bro, we gotta worry about the country collapsing, gotta worry about someone not liking me because of my skin color, gotta be, like, worried about being enslaved at some job or killed in the streets, be worried about locked in the cage. Gotta be. Sometimes I get worried when I look at those articles about China, and I'm thinking like, what if they hit us with some nukes or something? It's just over. Like, there's no the fact that someone can push a button and end your life is something else that disturbs me. I don't even like.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Why you said?
In the black community, we have so many issues. Now, right now, as adults, we're at the point in our life where we've finally defeated a lot of problems. We've defeated a whole lot of problems.
Yeah.
But our youth is still dealing with those problems that we dealt with before. They're constantly having to fight growing up, the gang violence, these ridiculous issues that go on in our community that are just so real for us that others, half of the world doesn't believe, the other half of the world wants to help, but they don't know how to.
We know how to help, but I'll probably never get in position to help because I feel like I'm losing my whole life right now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, man, something goofy's going on in the universe.
And that's 100% right. That's 100% right. This is ridiculous what we're going through. At this point, in order to stop us from making progress, and it's not just black people, mostly black people that are dealing with the brunt of everything. There are other groups that are dealing with things also. We're dealing with the brunt of it because we're the main target. Even the other groups that say they support us, a lot of them don't like us. We have to do, like, we say Black Lives Matter, right?
Yeah.
There's also a group that says Brown Lives Matter. They also say Stop Asian Hate.
No.
Explain to me this.
Why, when we walk, or what were you going to say?
Explain to me this. They're saying stop Asian hate, right?
Right.
We say Black Lives Matter. Now, we've been dealing with these same issues for hundreds of years.
Right.
If you take away certain issues, we can say decades.
Right.
Stop Asian hate. So just because a couple of days, there was like a couple of people with mental health issues that attacked Asian people that were black.
Right.
And then one white guy, and I forget what city, was it in Atlanta, was it in Georgia? One white guy killed 7 Asian people. All of a sudden, they got some legislation that says you kill an Asian person or attack an Asian person based on their ethnicity, you're going to prison for a long time. When are they going to make some legislation for black people like that?
They already do though. Look what happened to me at work. I essentially got fired from one of those policies being so rampant it attacked me.
No, you got fired based off of somebody's bullshit. You got fired off of emotions. Those policies don't actually protect black people like that. Those are emotions. Anybody can have some emotions. Say, I feel like that person was racist. It could be an Asian guy talking about a Latino guy. That's all emotions.
Man, whatever that mechanism is, I don't know. What I'm saying is this.
It's still racist.
With an individual person, right? When I walk up to a human being, okay?
Yeah.
This is a human being.
Yeah.
It's a human being.
I apologize. I apologize. The actual situation was the emotions. How she described it when she told HR was racism. So yes, you did deal with racism.
Yeah, and now my life is at 0. It's literally at 0. But it's like, I can't even, it's below 0. I can't even, it's so hard to articulate all the information inside my brain to the internet, but I don't know. I'm probably the least racist person. I'm probably the least racist person.
You are. You're the only person who showed up from Indianapolis with a bunch of white guys and said, let's hang out.
Yeah.
You're the only one. You're the only person I knew that ever done that.
Man.
I know.
So, okay. You know how you said that other video I made was disturbing?
That was very disturbing. That I felt like you were going to commit suicide. And even right now, as you're talking, I still feel that same tone in your voice.
You feel that energy?
Yes, and I hope you're okay.
This is what causes a severe dilemma in my brain, okay? I think about suicide constantly, but I'm incapable of doing it. So there's this huge tension at any given moment, and the only way I found to stave it off is to be alone on my own terms in my own house and make it a sanctuary and rest there. You get me?
Yeah.
But do you think other people can sense this energy?
Of course. If I sense it, other people are going to sense this energy. We're human beings.
I can't perceive those things myself. Like, I can't. You get what I'm saying? I can't. However normal people are communicating, I'm not. I can't perceive that. Literally, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to articulate this, you know? But in function, right, when I'm speaking, you know, does it make sense? You get what I mean? Can you hear me? I think your phone cut out.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah. So what I was saying, it's easier for us to perceive things. It's easier for us to see things in other people than it is to see them in ourselves.
Um, so would you say a reasonable person could conclude that I'm mentally disturbed by what happened at the General Motors thing?
Yes, I actually think you are going crazy right now.
Really?
Yeah, 100. You are going crazy right now. You've never acted like this before, ever. And I've known you for a long time.
Because I'm calm.
See, to other people, you being calm is probably a normal human reaction. To me, I know you.
Yeah.
Those slight things, those slight gestures, slight comments, how you react, I notice those things.
So you can see because it moved an inch, that's really like moving 100,000
A mile.
miles.
To them, it's an inch. To me, you just moved a whole planet. That's not normal.
I understand. I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm calm. I learned to be that way from the military, you know, and the streets. I'm always carrying an immense burden that is threatening to crush me. You get me?
Yeah.
And I'm carrying it quietly the best I can. Now, sometimes things have leaked out in the past, you know? We know
Yeah.
that. And people are like, that's crazy. And to me, it's like,
It's a normal human reaction.
well, yeah, it's a normal human reaction to immense pressure. And it's like, that was the smallest crack, you know? But nobody else has to live in this mind state. I do. So I try my hardest to keep it together. But when I feel like with that shit that happened, essentially they said, fuck my life, fuck all of that. We're gonna put you to zero. You see what I'm saying? Destroy everything
Yeah.
you got going on. And I have to sit here and live in it. Another burden. It's like I'm being crushed by stones or something. You know what I'm saying? And now, how you say I shifted an inch. Well, I know I shifted an inch, right? I'm trying
Yeah.
to reach up and start climbing above the stones instead of holding them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Metaphorically. I'm trying to climb up knowing that I can fall. Instead of sitting there continuing to be crushed.
That's what we're all doing, man. You specifically, you're dealing with a different burden. You're dealing with a completely different burden.
Yeah.
You grew up being a young mixed child. When people see you, they're going to say that you're a white man. When you open your mouth, they're going to know that you're a black person.
Yeah.
Soon as you talk, if you go to a job interview and you want a good job, all you got to do is just be quiet. As soon as you talk, they're going to know you're black.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I have to live it.
And these are the issues that you have to deal with every single day. And now you lost a job because of it. The effects that see, growing up, dealing with it is one thing. You can move past it. Hey, that was my childhood. I'm an adult now.
Yeah, but now we're adults. It's like, bro, I'm 30. We don't even live this long typically.
It's not enough. We're lucky to make it to 21. Shit, 18.
It has to be addressed, the elephant in the room. Why is the universe crushing me? I can't pretend it's not there anymore. I can't silently, you know, I can't. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There's been a huge series of unfortunate events. You know what I'm saying? But this last one was like, woo. Um,
Bro, that's how I know you from Fort Wayne. That is what we go through. It's a series of unfortunate events because we don't ask for these problems. We
No.
actually try to do good. And
yes, we
problems
try our
come to
hardest.
us.
Oh my gosh.
Poverty. When you want, hey, why is that guy selling drugs? Even regular, like, I go to a lot of white bars in Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
They even understand. They understand that, well, selling drugs, sometimes you gotta pay the rent. You're not doing it, you're not trying to do it hardcore. You're just trying to pay the fucking bills.
I don't
The way
see.
the rest of the world looks at it, you are judged as the worst person on the planet. Did you know if you're in China, you know how much time you'll get?
You get
Jackie
executed
Chan
for weed.
he disowned his own son.
For what?
For weed. For
Oh
getting caught with
my
weed.
gosh, bro. Listen. There.
His own son.
Um. I'm gonna have to look into that.
But never said anything about how they're oppressing everybody and taking away everyone's rights.
China is probably the worst culprit in the world outside of the Middle East. Or I guess from what I can see on media, I'm in a stage where I have to seriously question everything in my head that's portrayed, because if I know when I've been portrayed in media, it has not been accurate at all. They've done full blown interviewed me and cut entire segments out.
I've seen a couple of your interviews. And I will vouch for that. I'm like, he doesn't talk like that.
No, no. And I do find that when people when they come to me and I'm talking about peace and prosperity and all that, you know what I'm saying? That's not what they're thinking they're going to get. They're thinking they're going to get some brutal savage, but the truth is I'm an extremely feral human being, and when I'm talking about peace and prosperity, I'm talking about something else completely. I don't think anybody can understand me within context.
You are the only person out of our entire group that I grew up with that has no fear of anything.
Yeah.
This is one thing I've noticed. All of us that me and you, in our particular time period, if you didn't notice, we were scared of a lot of things.
Yeah.
We were scared of a lot of things.
But
and it's hard to make people understand that when we tell the stories we tell.
Did you ever?
You
said what?
We were scared when a lot of things happened, but we still. It's like your back's against the wall.
So y'all just saying y'all are scared, and I was like pretty much so riding through the streets fearless.
Yeah.
See,
and I can vouch for that 100%.
Did you ever go to church? Were you ever like really Christian?
Yeah, my family's from the South.
Right.
My grandmother's from Mississippi. My grandfather's from Arkansas. We were very, very Christian raised. I probably still, if I really focus on it, I could probably still got some quotes from the Bible.
So,
very
like,
Christian
can
raised.
you remember like what it used to look like when you observed a sin and you were innocent?
That is a very complicated thing for me because in Chicago as a child,
Right.
we learned to ignore certain things. So like a lot of the time, like when you guys see me react to things, I was forcing a reaction because I felt like that was normal for you guys. Oh, that's shocking. Oh, that's surprising. It's really not surprising.
I'm
Not
not
for me.
surprised. I'm not surprised by shit. I feel like by the Christian morality standard, the entire community has become Sodom and Gomorrah and has become overrun with evil and wickedness. So since I used to be Catholic, somewhere deep down that structure is in my mind that may perceive things that way, you know. But I have
Yeah.
been filled with the terror and the evil and all that shit to the point where I breathe it. I literally breathe it in and exhale it. If I was capable of perceiving fear like a normal person, I would be crushed by the weight of my burden.
Yeah, I believe that 100%.
I don't think people are used to seeing people like us who come from deep fountains of anguish.
Like it's not cool. Like if I describe, like I'll describe it to you. Like growing up in, let's say, I would say more or less a middle class household in Chicago, and still be surrounded by the same bullshit that everybody else goes through. I shouldn't have had to go through that shit. I never should have had to deal with any of that shit.
But see, the universe is not fair. It's not fair. So we know we're not on a fair playing field. So, like any hope, dream, wish we have, like, why did this have to happen? It's kind of like, well, in reality, you could have been a fucking duck getting eaten by an alligator or a fucking ant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be getting squashed.
A lot of times, I blame my mom for a lot of the things that I went through. I never should have went through half the things I went through. I honestly and truthfully blame my mother for a lot of the things I went through. I never should have went through.
Bro, I observed that entire sequence, and yes, I was shocked, and it was always weird that she would be. I will say it was weird, bro. Like, I don't understand, and I do feel bad about that. Like, it.
I have random people living in my house, random gang members living in my house.
Remember, you wouldn't even have no electricity or nothing on, like.
Yeah. I remember my mom went to the hospital. We had no electricity, no water. I had to go stay with my auntie from Gary.
I remember.
The worst person to possibly deal with is my auntie.
I remember.
Why would you send me with my auntie? All the things that I had to see and deal with, bro.
That it got brought down at the hands of some attack against my skin color. At work, of all places, at work, bro. It's at work. But maybe the tables will turn, and one day we'll be able to reach that oasis, But my brain tells me I'm dead already. I just don't know it. You get me? And we're probably not gonna get what you know what I'm saying? We're probably not gonna get the American dream, but I mean, we tried. My brain observed your brain in this universe. Yours observed mine, and we've had. Which what sucks is a lot of the good moments a lot of y'all seem to have was really us just riding around and me buying everybody food.
Yeah.
And I would always get one of them bitches, bro. I would always have a bitch. like, oh yeah, I got her.
You had that dark skinned girl. She was fine.
Which one?
We was at Subway. The first time I ever seen you riding around with we was at Subway. That was the first time I seen you with her.
At Subway. She might have been
that.
That might have been the one that got mad when I got you from Chicago that one time.
Yep. I believe so.
Dude, they don't understand. Dude, oh my god. Okay, so if in theory I'm the so-called winner out of the circle in theory, right?
Yeah.
My life sucks. It's full of struggle and pain. It's like a war zone, you know?
Yeah.
And for those to be our best moments spent together is like shit. You remember we went to that restaurant, Cheddar's. You remember we went to Cheddar's?
Yes. That's when rest in peace, Austin was here.
Yeah, when Austin was here. Yeah, and me and Austin would always buy motherfuckers food and be like, shit, roll with this, you know. That's like saying those are our best moments together. Was like, you know,
It's crazy.
was that. But in my head I'm thinking, oh, one day maybe we could be on a beach somewhere, or you know, maybe we could like be in safety, or we could be playing video games or something, you know, and we never it seemed like such a simple goal, yet it's like so unobtainable.
When you really look at it does feel unobtainable.
It does feel unobtainable, and constantly it's like the burden. That's why when you say I shifted an inch, yeah, I shifted an inch, because the burden is starting to crush me. I started a whole African American literature company. Was getting everybody pumped. The comics, everybody liked it. You know, I'm like, shit, we're gonna make a Cartoon Network. Always trying to fight the infinite variable. Like, you remember them? Did you ever see them Sapphire City coins I made?
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I
day,
see it, yeah.
the day they called me to tell me I was fired for not speaking to a person because they're black, those coins came in the mail, and they have what, an African American woman on the front. I just wanted it, to me it looked exotic and brilliant, and you know what I'm saying, adventurous. And to other people, like, you know, like my uncle was like, man, this ain't you, this should be something hard. But I'm like, I don't want the company coin to be something hard or something violent. You know, I wanted it to be something that looked like prosperity. And to,
That's a perspective right there in itself. That's a perspective right there in itself.
yeah,
What is hard? Hey, everything hard has to be something crazy and violent. You see how that's what promoted. That's what's promoted to us on a regular basis.
yeah, but I don't even like that type of stuff. So even with the violence in the series I make, it's like I want you to think about this moment, you know, and just use your head and just it break the interaction before it even it get break the cycle before it even gets this. I'm worried about the root cause of everything. I'm worried about the fundamental nature of reality. My brain is skizzing right now. It's skizzing. It's dying. It's secreting the chemicals it secretes when you're about to die. I I know I posted on YouTube me out at a site the other day, and there was a swamp, there was a lake, there was all these, you know, plants around it. I don't know if you saw that on YouTube, but my mind was like, wow, this is a really beautiful place. Why don't I lay here and die in it? You get what I'm saying?
This is where I go back to what I was saying before. Are you okay, bro?
No, I'm never okay. I'm never okay. I never. Even when I look all right, it's me shouldering the burden of the infinite universe. I'm just a speck in this thing. You get me? My hope. Look, I'll tell you. I'll give you the whole get down right here. You're younger. You might be able to make this work. They're gonna kill me, bro. I'm going to die, or I'm going to rot in prison. Okay. My whole plan was to get us enough money so we could afford anti-aging, okay, the Neuralink, all that, and then we have time, okay, because now we're not worried about biological aging. We have time to figure out how we're going to build a utopia here in the material world. But that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted, okay. Anti-aging, Neuralink, okay, transcend humanity so we can build a utopia here in the material plane. That's what's in my head. Okay, if I don't get there, I know I die. That's why when I say I'm schizo, I'm not. My head is not in one place in the space-time continuum. It's in the past and it's in the future, and in the future I see all blank screens. Whatever series of events that led here, you get what I'm saying? I'm seeing complete blankness in the future, complete death. I'm seeing failure and defeat. You get what I mean? It's been that way ever since I got fired from that job. And I've been fighting it, you know, but you can only fight for so long. So no, I'm not okay. Now, am I going to kill myself? No, that's not an option. Um, it's not an option. Okay. Um, I just have to think, you know. Um,
Um,
I'm just good. I can't even explain
probably
it.
go see a therapist.
Hell no. Well, I got an appointment booked for the 29th. But what can they really tell me, bro? If they can't destroy the underlying root cause of the trauma, it's gonna keep doing that. Okay. What I need is peace. I need peace of mind. You get me? Um, to be honest, I need a disability check. Is if I saw people get disability checks for being paranoid or whatever or this and that, whatever it is, bro, I got that times 10,000. It's just the fact you gotta wait 300 to 500 days to get one. You get me? There's nowhere I can
Okay,
go and not pay rent.
I believe I underestimated my previous thought. Bro, you're crazy.
Yes.
I don't know how else to say that, man. Yeah. You should probably. You said you got an appointment on the 29th, right?
Yep.
What kind of therapist is this?
Bro, whatever one is the motherfucking psychiatrist.
You didn't look up what kind it was. Okay. Yeah, you should probably, definitely go get a therapist. Definitely. Definitely.
It's already been booked.
Yeah. Talk about an inch. Yeah.
1 inch. Do you see how big a 1 inch shift in demeanor really is?
Yeah. Yeah, it's,
But listen,
yeah.
listen. This is what I really want to know. Other people don't know me. They don't know you. They don't know. They think they know something by looking at a screen, but they really don't. You get what I'm saying? Do you think they know what a 1 inch shift in the demeanor of someone with extremely high self-control means?
I mean, no, not really, no.
They couldn't possibly. You get what I'm saying? They don't know how responsible I've been. They don't know what I've built. They don't know. They don't really know me. You get what I'm saying? They don't know about keeping it together. None of that. You get what I'm saying? They don't know. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'll call you after the psychiatrist meeting and we'll see what was said. You get me? But
Yeah.
I've gone to the behavioral shit before. Even when I was in the army, I requested to see a psychiatrist. I told him, you know what I'm saying, a lie about what was on my mind. Never once have I gotten the option of getting disability and being able to sit and rest my mind. You get me? Never. I was just always pitched back out into the workforce. But again, We hadn't reached this point. Things erode over time. Do you get what I mean?
I mean, yeah, that is true. That is true.
But this is what's weird. Is just bear with me. I'm glad you know me. Okay. Does it make sense to you that I'm awake in the craziness?
No, no, that's not common. That's not common.
So I'm awake during this process. Which makes it even more bizarre. Do you get what I mean? It makes me curious about a lot of things.
I mean that's an interesting that's an interesting experience. I would never expect to have that experience.
Listen, the wisdom of an old man was forced upon me a decade ago. I've never had a brain scan or nothing like that. You get what I'm saying? But I would not be surprised to find that my mind has gone through accelerated aging. Despite the fact that my body has not, my neurological system may be wrecked. It may be like or it could be completely healthy. You get what I'm saying? Because I really think there's a thin line. I really think there's a thin line. You know what I mean? Because
well, you know, they say there's a chemical imbalance.
Listen, bro, I'm not a health professional, okay? But I think the brain does what it feels like it's supposed to do, you know? And when you're confronted with something that should not have happened, and you cannot come to grips with accepting it, and you actually have to fight your primitive, you know what I'm saying? Your primitive programming, your impulses, you know? You have an extreme conflict going on in your mind. You get me?
That is true.
And what is the result on the outer shell? It's like, damn, I should just go lay over there and die. You know what I'm saying? In reality, this could be fixed.
But you don't have to die.
No. A motherfucker don't have to do shit. But the reward and risk situation is different in the brain. You get what I mean? When it's at turmoil with itself.
Yeah?
Dude. A motherfucker has fought too long and too hard for their shit to get it taken from them by the gross irresponsibility of a corporation. Especially when it involves their entire identity.
That is a sick part right there. That is a sick part right there.
You know damn well I would not be suffering from this degree of mental decay if I had not gotten hit like that.
I'm still stuck on that bullshit. And she still has her job?
I don't know. I really don't know. I would assume yes, because they're in the habit of just siding with a woman whenever the woman accuses a man of something. But that's really why I'm not talking in the first place, is because for damn sure I did not want no sexual harassment in the job field. You get me?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Shit, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Come on now.
Shit. I wouldn't have said a goddamn thing.
I'm literally losing all, I'm gonna say this, material. You know, I got a job now, I get paid $20 an hour. I got a car,
Yeah.
I can get a spot, all that. But due to the fact that I'm being prosecuted in criminal court after what happened, you know,
Yeah.
I can't, I have no material wealth cannot make me happy. You get what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
I'm not beholden to material objects. What I'm starting to be beholden to is just peace of mind. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
That event threw my life haywire. So there's just a lot going on, you know. But you would say you're a reasonable person, correct?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So I think a reasonable person could see that I'm probably like
You're not all the way there right now.
no,
You're not all the way there right now.
no.
And you should definitely go see somebody.
29th. I don't think it's gonna help though.
I hope it can.
I have a meeting with a lawyer's office coming up on the 3rd.
Yeah.
That to me is vital.
Yeah, I think the therapist is a little more important than the lawyer.
Fuck no. There's not shit a motherfucker can say when they are not in this head. Most people go insane off of non-logic. I'm insane off of logic. I need for this situation to be rectified. Then I can begin healing.
In this crazy ass world, I understand that.
A therapist is who you see when you don't. When you don't, how can I put it? When you're not going insane off something logical. When you really don't know what you're going insane off of. I know the root cause.
Oh yeah. Well, I can't argue with that. Yeah. Having to find a way to deal with it in a rational manner in this society is the hardest thing in the world.
Being rational in a sea of ignorance can cause you to go mad. When you realize that all the rational talk in the world don't mean shit to these other minds.
You know, I want to say there are a lot worse things, but I can't.
Dude, there's fucking hellscapes. There's someone out there getting robbed and killed right now. There's people being tortured. What I'm saying is, I'm not in their brain. I'm in this brain. You get what I mean? And this brain is heavy. I can't transport out of it and go somewhere else. There is nothing I can be told aside from getting justice that is going to convince me I should be behaving any differently, because most of my energy is spent upon combating negative impulses. That's where 90% of my energy is going right now. And why are the negative impulses there? Because there's a retaliatory aspect of the brain that's activated when you get hit. Especially when you get hit and you don't deserve it. You get what I mean? I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm getting my ass up, meditating, going to work, getting lawyers for this. You know, a weaker man would have been cracked months ago, you know?
That is true. That is 100% true.
What I'm supposed to be happy for? Because I'm about to go eat some Chinese. I am a slave. My oasis was taken from me. My identity was taken from me.
That's still the part that bothers me a lot. So all of a sudden you're a racist white man.
Which is just as bad as being called a pedophile. And whenever I gotta explain what I was accused of to anyone else, you can already sense the vibe. For some reason, they're hardwired to believe it. We're in a corrupt social environment.
They know it's wrong, but they feel that it's nothing that can be done.
And thus I suffer. Let me end this one for now. It's gotten kind of long. Hold on. End my video.